Good evening. Welcome to the USSA Banquet 24-25. And guess what, Bob? It's an actual banquet this year. We've had a series. We have a full house. We want to say hello to everybody watching live on our Dirty Snow Facebook page. We've got Brandon and Big G, Norman Big G in the house. Now this is one of the things, a little peek behind the curtain. When you're announcing, essentially for two crowds, a live crowd and a crowd that's live streaming. Sometimes we have to say something that is glaringly obvious to these people, but might not be to the people watching on live stream on Dirty Snow. So we are in Wausau, Wisconsin, smack dab in the center of the state. We are at the Jefferson Street Inn, which has kind of been our hub of activity through the course of the last 2 years. Glad to be back. And one thing we like to do, and I don't see too many workers in here, is say thank you to our host. So we'll save that for a little bit. I want to say thank you to our 24-25 USSA sponsors on the series and also the Cup Tour. Of course, Wall Brothers Racing Products with us for many years. Woody's Traction Products, 365 Power Sports brought you the junior classes again this year. Polaris, Castle X, and our, once again, presenting sponsor for the Sprint World Cup, Bill's Service Center. So thanks to them, and thanks to BG and Norm and Dirty Snow. I know through the course of the year, Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, it is must-see TV because one never knows what BG is going to say. Norm, we kind of got a handle on. BG, we never quite know. So that in itself is entertaining. Yeah, thank you. We offer the sport. They really elevated things again for us at the Sprint World Cup, and we appreciate them and everything they do for the sport. Now, when you get older, you tend to move on through something and forget something you really wanted to say. So I want to make sure I don't forget this. We are extremely happy today to share this banquet with a member of our racing family who we have been waiting to see for quite a while. So I just think I will go ahead and proclaim him as our special guest of honor tonight at the banquet. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Mr. John Henke. Gonna try? We're good. We're good. So, John, good to see you again. You are always in our heart every time we get to the ice. Good to see you. All right. So, there always has to be an opening of some kind of joke or something like I did last year. I decided for the first time, and I end up picking on somebody, I decided for the first time in life, it's time that I picked on myself. Joe Schneider is always an easy target as he's clowning around over there, but I decided to pick on myself, and this could kind of be Tom's introduction to the United States Snowmobile Association as a subset. I have been warned to not get long-winded because I told her I was going to tell the story. So this is me finally. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. And Bob, I know, get the show going. All right. So this is the guy who supports Matt Gady's team. Before that, he's been with Dale Lawrence for years. People know him as Royce Islandville. And Royce is a stock car racer. He had raced snowmobiles. About 4 decades ago, the phone rang and it was Royce calling me. He worked at Seminar Service, which is a famous canoe dealership in Luxembourg, where USSA raced for a number of years. And Royce said, would you like to come and race in a celebrity race at the fairgrounds? I was local radio, sports, and morning man at the time. So I said yes. I had ridden snowmobile a lot, and I thought I was pretty fast, and I was extremely excited to go race in front of all these racers, you know. So we got there, we went out to the start-finish line, and the seminar boys and Roy T. bring our snowmobiles up. We didn't get to pick. They said, this is yours. I don't know what it was exactly, but it was the heaviest, slowest, oxiest snowmobile that Skidoo had in their calendar at the time. And they said, that's yours. It didn't matter to me. I was just going to destroy the rest of those so-called celebrities. So I got on. And just before the green flag was going to fly, they go running up and go, oh, there's something wrong back here, I think. So I turned around. I don't know what Roy C. was doing part of that. He was part of it. But when I turned back, that was just a way of getting myself distracted to look away, because they threw that thing in reverse. So I want to say it was Ted Otto. I don't know if he was flagging or if one of the local guys. I'm going to say it's Ted Otto because it makes the story better. And I'm teared up. I got Granny, the biggest granny slut on earth, but I'm going to take her and I'm going to fly. Green flag goes, everybody went that way. I went that way. And I was shocked because I don't know that. This is like 4 decades ago, believe it or not. I don't think I even knew snowmobiles went backwards. And I had never been on one that went backwards. I didn't know what to do. And they are so hard. So, okay, take it out of reverse. It's going to get worse, you know. So I don't care. I'm going to catch up. At the time, and it seems fairly obvious now, if you go on a trail sled and take it on an ice oval without the benefit of Woody's traction products, it's not going to do exactly what you think it's going to do. I think I envision myself looking like Gunnar Stern with my shoulder blade gliding across the ice as I went into the corner. So I set up for the turn. Granny and I went in stock car track, up and over the banking, sideways, spinning circles, because it was such a tug, you couldn't tip it over. All right. A wise man would say, don't do that again. This time, I straightened it out, and I threw down the backstretch. I didn't go that fast, but I had twice as far to go. So I was going somewhat faster. Exact same way. Granny and I went up and over the top, spinning around in circles. So in the end, I did not look like Dale Flores. I looked that wasn't me. I looked like Bozo the Clown. I think I pushed his ass out of my Bronx. Hundreds of people. The next year, I got a call, and it was Roy C. again. I thought, oh my God. But this time he said, would you like to announce the race? Which I think kept everybody safer, including myself. And I said, yes, I did. So that was the first time I announced the USSA race. So it's Roy C's fault that led from that to being here. But now I can say truthfully, if people ask, are you part of the ice oval racing fraternity? And the answer is yes. So there we go. Oh, yeah, too long? Borderline? All right. What we're going to do, I think, we started this last year. We just had the cup guys. I would just not maybe do full interviews. I know, Bob, I knew you would like that. So we're going to be willing to hand the mic to anybody that comes up. If you want to say hello to mom and dad, thank you, sponsors, etc. But I will definitely hand the mic to all champions, special award winners. Maybe we won't do a full interview, but give them the opportunity to again thank sponsors, thank family and crew. Sound good? And then we can keep things rolling. All right. I think what I'm going to do is start with one of the specials, because we're going to mix the specials in here and there, and I know our awardee is not here. So we'll get that one out of the way. Now, a lot of these we haven't done because we haven't had a series. But our mechanic of the year, and I don't think anybody would complain if we didn't go singular, but did plural and say years, particularly after this year. Our mechanic of the year for 24-25, Dermont Wall. I know Dermont is down here. Everyone understand? Oh. We do have an able replacement coming up because Dad is doing grandpa duties, so he is free.
He wouldn't have come got it anyway.
He
He would not have come and got this anyways.
Normally, I make anything about anybody who has an opportunity or two later on. All right, we'll start with the juniors. Now, moms and dads, don't get excited with the way I'm going to present this. Yeah, but you'll see what my point is in just a bit. Okay, so do you guys remember when the junior racers came out, there was that one race where we had so much trouble with the junior racers? Do you remember that? No, because there really weren't any, were there? We should be very proud of our junior racers, all of them. They were where they belonged, when they needed to belong. They listened to the tuner like they were supposed to. Very few incidents on the track. And I was thinking as I was looking around now, that's the stage to go up. So when you get the champ, you want to start your champ career like Ryder Adele. And you want to go out, not be a menace, right? Know your boundaries, stay out of the way, and just learn on the job, which you did an excellent job of doing. So you do that, and the next thing you know, you're Calvin Peterson and you're on the podium in a cup. So that's how it works. And you guys got some good mentors ahead of you. So here are our junior racers for the year, and I got that big introduction for them because I want you to give them a hand when they come up, because we can be very proud of all of them. Third in 365 Power Sports, Junior 2 F500, and third in Junior 2 Sprint, Oliver Davis. Now I should say too, Alex is setting up back there, so everybody that comes up will see the, what did you call it, the bearded wonder? The bearded wonder? Yeah. So you go ahead and back there, and I'll put a picture on it. The bearded beauty, yeah. Well, I don't know, that might be a section from Marcus. Yeah. Okay. We should say too now, for series points, this is series, you have to be present and participate in all 4 series races. So you guys all did that. Second, 365 Power Sports, Junior 2 F500. Second, Junior 2 Sprint. Third, Junior 1 Sprint, Brody Hartman. Not here. All right. No. Second, 365 Power Sports, Junior 1 Sprint. Third, 365, Junior 1 F500, Waylon Carpita. We moved him, yeah, photo time. Second, 365 Junior 1 F500, and the champion, our first champion, that means microphone. Junior 1 stock champion, Alex Newman. This is easy. You just follow the formula.
I'd like to thank Mom, Dad, all the sponsors, Brandon, Tyler, Luke for all the help on my Junior 1, Rico for flagging.
Mark.
That's all I got to say.
That's good. Oh, picture.
You said there's something in your pocket.
You for announcing.
Probably quite a bit. Thank you. Good. Congratulations, Alex. Nice job. All right. 365 Power Sports F500 champion and Junior 1 sprint. One of the missiles, Ben Meyer.
Everything going on to DP Trophy right now on Incredible Day. I'm racing, fast racing, my family, Brad, Devin, and Justin Reeves.
Ben, this way.
By the way, we have the most photogenic member of the USSA, Lon Wiedemeyer. All right. Well, let's see, we got the juniors in, so I think we'll do Family of the Year. I like that. This is the first time now in a few years that we have done this, I think. Family of the Year. I would say they do project the sport in a family focus. I know this particular family has been involved in snowmobile racing for years, stock car racing for years. I like to hear Dick Trickle stories. There are a few of those that are in the back pocket. Our Family of the Year, the Buchholz family. Handle that.
What's that?
You're the spokesperson.
I don't know what to say about that. Didn't see this one coming. No, we didn't.
Been a lot of.
It's been a lot of years.
It's been a few.
Yeah. Tell you the truth, I was a USSA member back in 1970 when I was juniors. Been around this for a while. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. RBM Racing, Eric is not your spokesperson, just so you know. Now, I'm sorry to RBM Racing because you ended up getting passed, but I have to bring up something just yet. I'm sorry. It's coming. All right, we'll go to the F500 women class. I don't believe she's here, but Hannah Cook, second in F500 women. So tell me what we want. Now, and there's a reason I'm apologizing to RBM because they were the ones that got passed when this next racer made it into her first Pro Champ final, unlike the last lap. I'm sorry, I had to bring it up. Of the LCQ, you know, that was when we had the mixed group up in the stand or in the tower. PBR ladies were up there and we're impartial. But at that moment, I thought we were going to tumble right out of the tower and it couldn't hold it and ended up on the track because that was a pretty popular thing. These awards go not for champ, but I just wanted to bring that up. F500 women first, Pro Light first. Jocelyn Rathke. It doesn't hurt. Listen, how fast were you going under? 100? This is a lot easier than that.
I want to say thank you to John, Brandon, my dad, Tyler, for all the work that they've done on my stuff this year. Kind of did a lot of crashing on the F5, but we're gonna make it work. Yeah.
There we go. 6 hours easy. F440 band, second, Brayden Sun. I got a feeling this guy will be able to handle the sponsor mention. Champion, F440 fan, Spencer Sears.
Yeah, sled was an absolute rocket ship this year, thanks to the guy sitting over there. My dad spent a lot of time on that thing this summer to get it ready. And gotta give a big shout out to B&M Fabrications. B&M Fabric, now I can't think of them.
Oh, I know, I said, my fault. That's
B&M
my fault.
Fabrications, Wall Brothers, Greg and Turner Childs at Bulldozer Factory Racing. And that should be it.
You know what? When you have a model like that, you gotta recover, you did, you're fine, you're fine. All right. F500. And yeah, there were some sleds that didn't make all four. These folks did. Third in the F500 class, Derek Meyer. Yeah, same spot. No talking this time. Unless you want. Second, Connor Bauman. And our F500 champ, Colton Abraham.
I'd like to thank my parents, first off. They have put a lot of time into this. Kyle, Dale, Brady, all their time, Erica, all her support, the Stern family, everything they've done for me, my brother-in-law. It's pretty awesome, so can't thank them guys enough.
Thank you, Darren. I think we'll go to the team of the year. Our election is coming up in a couple of weeks, and I think these guys were in the States long enough to vote in our election. I'm pretty sure they did the deal. All the races in the United States, all the races in Canada, and up pretty high in the points. And we'll see him up here later. But our team of the year for 24-25, the Weather Scout Trucking. Yeah. Yeah, spokesperson.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think I deserve to grab that trophy. Paul and Mike are not here tonight, but I think they deserve it the most. They've been around it for like 55 years, and they're just a great team. I'm not their first racer; they had a ton racer, and they just devoted to the sport so much. We bought a new set this year. A lot of people would just put the old one for sale. They decided to put a new racer on it. You heard about it a little bit later, but they just want more champ on the track. They got my solo, and I think that they deserve this. Absolutely. Thank you.
For those of you who I didn't introduce him actually, for those of you that have been on a darkness retreat, I have to bring that every year at this time because of Aaron Rodgers' thing. So for those of you that are on a darkness retreat and didn't know who that was, we may see up here for a while. Hollywood. I think maybe we'll do it now. What do you think? Feel good? Yeah, all right. There was a tradition started by the 525 and Ralph Merwin years ago that the race at the Wausau 525 track basically was for the betterment of the community in Flip's memory. Of course, the racing has always been good. The facility is awesome. And we did continue that tradition when the Sprint World Cup came to be and USSA took the leap to become the actual promoters. So I want to introduce to you, and maybe you don't know his name. You know him as the Iceman. Well, the Iceman actually has a name, Mark Heinrich. And we got Scott coming as well. By the way, was that a beautiful track or what? Here's the guy, right here.
She's gonna go first.
All right.
All right, so racing for charity, myself, Frank Lurkey, Mark Heinrich, along with our dedicated crews, would like to thank USSA once again for allowing us to earn these donations to our charity in exchange for helping us prepare the venue that we love for you guys and the sport the WASA 525 was built for. The WASA 525 is so much more than a race venue, and I like to believe that everyone can feel that when they visit. The dedicated volunteers that you have seen year after year are there because it is their way of honoring their friend Flip Merwin, or because they were touched by the spirit the venue holds. There is something almost indescribable to have such a motley crew all come together to benefit community members in need. I am honored to be part of continuing that spirit with our chosen charities for this year. One of the charities receiving funds is the Wanderski Foundation, a charity that was started after the abrupt loss of my brother about 4 years ago. We will be using the funds to support a local family with a 3-year-old battling leukemia. And then I would like to introduce Mark Heinrich, the WASA 525 ice track builder himself, to present the other check that we are honored to give this year.
Thank you. Number one, I won't be able to read my notes quite as fast as she can, or good. But on my behalf and Pete Rigger, I'm happy to present the portion of our Racing for Charity to one of our own, a hero inspiration to, I think, all of us. But before I do that, I want to mention a couple other names that helped us out big time getting donations. Number one would be USSA, allowing us to work for them to raise the money to be able to give to charities of our choice. So this year, like I said, okay, let me back up a little bit. A couple more people I want to thank is Ralph and Heidi Merwin for donating this year to my precipitin that we'll be collecting. Jay and Mel Schoenberg helped out a lot. And a great person, Julie Abraham, who was out there passing buckets, doing what she had to do. Pretty hardcore, believe me.
Michelle, hold the mic up a little bit.
And all of you folks for helping donate to this cause. So on behalf of all of us, John Hankey, if I could get you or your dad, come on up. John, I'd like to present you this check for $11,000.
Yeah, is it from us?
We are so happy and honored and so proud to be able to help you out in your recovery. I think we all love you big time. Thank you for being you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
With John too? We want John too. By the way, I think this one goes to you at USSA. Wow.
What do we want to do? Take it.
So in case you're wondering why we do this, that's why, really. Right there. Now we gotta go on. Stop this party. All right, we'll follow up with most improved driver before we get into more points. I kind of don't remember that he was actually ever bad. You know? He just sort of was pretty good. Then all of a sudden he got really good. Our most improved driver, Reed Klinger.
Yeah, I was not expecting this, that's for sure. There's a lot of people to thank behind every team too, but Ron is my dad and behind us, and the whole Haugen family and everything like that. And no, it's awesome, and I'm just having fun riding what I like.
For you fast time, I have to say it. For you fast time at Ridgemont High fans. Huh? Right. Right. I popped in my head right away, but. Okay. Again. Yeah. We through the year you get confused. Series Cup, but there actually were the two again this year, where we had the USSA Pro Star Series and the Cup. So we'll go into Pro Star Series drivers now that we also will see in the Cup mention. USSA Champ Series, third place, Calvin Peterson. Nope. Do you wanna? No. Oh. Second place, Formula 3, day 1. Second place, Formula 2. Formula 3, day 2. There we go, a lot of numbers there. Matt Getty.
No speed.
No.
Okay.
I don't suppose Islandville ever told you that story. No, you didn't. It's mostly true. Third place. F3, day 1, third place. F3, day 2. And our champion, first series champion we've had in 3 years? 220, G Money, Gunner Stern. You're a champ.
Well, yeah,
Hey,
thanks,
you're a champ, first time? No.
yeah, yeah, it's cool to win this, the points on Sunday are, the track's a little bit different with rougher, so it's cool we did a lot better on Sunday this year than Saturday, that's for sure. But yeah, it's I'd like to thank my guys, my whole team, appreciate them all. Everyone that came out and helped us this year, everyone, I have a whole list on my phone, I guess I can pull it out and I can talk about them all. I still want to miss anybody. First and foremost, my mom and my dad, helped me out my whole career, racing with me. Love them, appreciate all the sacrifices they make. Macy and our girls, our dogs, guys, they always make so many sacrifices for me to race, so I appreciate all of them. Tim, who's here, all the years he's racing with us, Dave, Mike, Jason and the Maulers came and helped us out, Andy, my sister and Jeff, my other sister and Alex, Abrahams and Colton. I love watching him race. Getting to teach him some things. Has been fun. But he's figuring it out on his own actually. So he's he's a really good racer. Proud of him and all his success this year. The Vander Savings has helped us out. The Sons, great. He's racing. Love watching him. And all of our sponsors: Red Bull, Skidoo, FXR, Woody's, Towels. Dinko, Engine Ice, ACT, Stern Construction, Peace Oil, Abraham Trucking, Excavating, Patrick, Custom Carbon, Trackside, Brad Trackside, and Dean's helped us out sharpening carbides this year. Still want to miss anybody. I appreciate all of them. And thank you.
Thank you. Champion both days of Formula 3. They won in day 2, second in the USSA Pro Star Series, Pro Champ class, Blaine Stevenson. Now you got to come.
Yeah, I should mention, Fairmont has done a lot of really good work for us past, I don't know, we've been racing for like 7 years, so appreciate them. If they're tuned in, shout out to all of them. I did send a picture to them, and I have not heard back. But
You're in the shop.
yeah, they are. I know there's some stuff going on there, so yeah, great year with we call it F3 Big Bertha, and Bertha was running good this year, and so yeah, it was a good change. We struggled with her for a few years, and then obviously we got up to her stuff to talk about probably later.
I think so. That one, yeah, okay. Okay, Outlaw 600, and this is series now. Third place, Chris Plasky. Second place, Joe the Show. Who is missing his team?
And sidekick.
Oh, yeah, sidekick Anna Long. See how smart Joe is? Because he knows with her in there, no one's going to be looking at him. They're going to be looking at her. Yeah, smart guy. And our champion, I think it was kind of a roller coaster year. He had been fast, had the breakage. I think there was a part spear. And he still came through and got the championship. His first, Curtis.
And happy birthday.
Yeah. Welcome, man. All right, Curtis. Yep, that comes with the game.
Well, first off, I'd like to thank my crew and my parents, mom, dad,
Hold on.
Brandon, John, and Nikki. They all keep the whole trailer at a level pace when things don't go right. We had a lot of problems this year, but I don't know how I got this, but we're here. So thanks to our sponsors and everybody. Thank you guys.
All right, hang on. So what did you say?
Happy birthday, Carter.
Happy, all right, all together, it's just happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Curtis. Happy birthday to you. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh my God. How did I not write that down? How did I not write that down? Goodness gracious. They're probably wondering what the heck. First place, Junior 2 F500. First place, 365 Power Sports, Junior 2 Sprint. I was saving him, for a little bit, but we got to get this taken care of. Brandon Christensen. Christmas morning, Sam and Tom.
I'd really like to thank my family and all my sponsors for coming out and helping and just supporting me, keeping on this year going. And a special thanks to my dad for all the nights and days in the shop, getting the sleds ready for the whole weekend and keeping me going.
I'm going to group that up too. All right. I was going to have Len come up, but where is he?
Bad letter?
Oh, that guy. President's Award? What do you think, President?
Sure.
All right. I goofed up Brandon. Now I gotta go over and yeah.
All right, the next award goes to, basically the president gets to pick whoever he wants for the year. Typically, I pick somebody who kind of went over and above what we normally would expect out of that person. So this year, the president's award actually goes to someone, or goes actually to a promoter who just did an unbelievable amount of work. Anybody who's been to Ironwood knows the condition that that place was in from the pictures you've seen from a couple of years ago and what it is today. I mean, it's not back to where he wants it, but it's definitely on its way back. I mean, we had to do some temporary things this year to make it through, but it's just amazing how it comes back, and it's great to see pictures up here of it. So this year's President Award actually goes to Greg Basin. He's not able to be here tonight, but he truly deserves it. So this is for you, Greg. Congratulations.
All right, as long as I goofed it up one time. I don't want to, forget, as you pointed out. So we haven't had this award now in a few years either. And it's called the High Point Driver. So the High Point Driver accumulates points and has to race in multiple classes, usually to do that. Because you have, 2 to 3, probably at least, to accumulate enough points to get this award. I was wondering if you were looking at me or not, seeing though I moved it up. But this year, I don't know when Jonathan Bauman won it. He was a little older, maybe. I think he's a little older. I believe this is our youngest High Point driver. Yeah. I'm looking over at the Godfather. Maybe? You think? I think so. That's confirmed. Your High Point driver for 25 is Brandon Christensen.
I've already gone this over once. I would like to thank my grandma and all my sponsors and my team coming out and helping every weekend and just getting me ready. And again, another thanks to my dad for all the nights and days in the shop getting me ready for the next weekend.
Because I moved up, that kind of gives C21 a little extra airtime, so I did that on purpose. All right. I think what we'll do now is introduce you to the folks at USSA that kind of run the joint, and also the crew that works on race day. Some of them you see, some of them you don't necessarily see. First of all, our officers the past season. Our president again, Len Wiedemeyer. Len did all the glamorous jobs and the USSA sanctioned and also promoted race. He set a high benchmark this year for bathroom issues, higher than he had ever encountered before. So
That was the key.
no, he didn't do it, but he had to rectify. We'll leave it at that. Eh? All right. Hey, there, sit that for the miners, for the Upper Peninsula guy. Okay? There. Vice President Jeff Buchholz. Tasha. At the bar. Secretary. Treasurer, Deanna. Board members, Bob Richardson, Justin O'Sketchy, Michelle Richardson. Who's this Jason Ferrero guy? I don't know. Rico. Tyler Smith, of course, we always like to point out. Tyler, man in charge of the youth program and taking care of that. And that is a heavy responsibility. He does a great job of it. Eric Buchholz, man of few words. Matt Bennett. Normally, he's, I think, sitting on the beaches of Alabama at this time of year, but it's great to see him. Hall of Famer Jerry Cornett, the Godfather. I don't think Clayton is here, is he? No, Clayton Leiterman as well. At the races, our director of competition is Bob. Race director, Jeff. Technical director. When did you get that fancy title? Technical director. Very nice. Justin. Rico, our flag man. I'm calling him the kind of like unseen, unsung hero of race operations and keeping things rolling smoothly on the track. Our spotter, tuner, Kevin Dooley. Paddock Marshall, Bobby Alderman. Alan Sohan, our photographer. We did get some help from Judith Olson, who did some very nice work. I like what they call Clayton down here. Get it done. Get her done. Clayton, he does anything that needs to be done during the course of the race weekend. Your title is race clerk, Deanna. The things you do are much more extensive than race clerking. She helps in scoring. If our ages were reversed, and I was younger and you were older, like you'd be the den mother and I'd be the Cub Scout, and she kind of keeps me in line. Yeah, she's she's a pretty good go-to person. For scoring compadre, Lisa Brown. Lisa, 28 years that she was doing it. And I want to tell you, that's a difficult job. And we had some kind of trying circumstances for the scorers with limited views of the track from being down low and such. Steve from USSA ProStar.tv pitched in to help. So we got through, and I think they did an amazing job, particularly in a couple cases. So I think that, for you. So what happens when you come to support your husband at the races? You end up working at the races. So you see her in registration, she's handling the Facebook scoring, while reporting as the day goes along. Ashley Barrera. Hospitality director, a person made for that particular job entitled Michelle Richardson. Yeah. So there were, and I goofed this up last year, so I want to make sure that we don't do that again. The election today, elected back to the board, Justin. And Eric. Back on for another go at it. And I get to hang out too. All right. We move on to the Pro Star Cup Tour. But I came back, I could never leave. It's like that nightmare that you get, like you're falling. That's me. Yeah, Groundhog Day. I think I got everything I wanted up there. No, I don't. One more, race of the year. This is going to snap the string of the USSA because we run race of the year. We won our own race of the year award 2 years running because we were the only one. So this is snapping that. We had some interesting races this year, some new venues and some different things. We had a venue that we shared with PBR, and I think it turned out to be pretty good. It was kind of fun in the tower on Saturday as one group would come in, one group would go back. The only one that stayed in place was Tudor, and he was like a traffic cop moving us back and forth because he's watching the schedule when it was time to go. I got to worked with my compadre, Becky Stahl, and worked with her in a while, so it was a lot of fun for all of us. We hope that particular event continues the way it did this year. We enjoyed it a lot. So deciding that the race of the year then will go north to Eagle River for the World Series. Congratulations. I didn't know if I'd have to come back there.
I wanted my boss to be here with me.
Smart man. Who goes first then? Who goes first?
Well, you all love me. You really love me. I answer her as boss. I go to this lady more than anybody in this room would imagine. All departments in my track had women involved or running it except for me. And let me tell you, they do a hell of a job. And they are reliable and friendly. And this one here, I've always got her back, she's got my back, and we do more than, as I said in my video yesterday, we work with 7 affiliates in our complex this year. I don't think there's another track that works with 7 affiliates, but we did. So, boss, what do you got to say? Thank you very much.
I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful to see all of your faces. We are super supportive of all of you guys. This makes our day, how you guys function together. We're happy to have you at our track. That's it. We're thankful.
Perfect. Thank you. Oh, picture. I know you're not camera.
Thanks to USSA too. We love you guys.
Outlaw Cup. Now this is the USSA Pro Star Cup. We will recognize our top 5 in the Pro Star Cup Tour for the Outlaws. 5th place, Tom Stoltman. If you want.
He has a little story to tell.
Does he?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I said champions and
Find out about the
champions and anybody else who has something good to share with me.
I was in Kentucky for a trade show, and I begged my wife to bring a truck and trailer down for me to the Manawa race. The 10 years we've been together, she said, I do not drive trailers. I had a lot of convincing. Unfortunately, the tongue snapped off on the trailer on the way there. The trailer went in the ditch. She was all right. It happened in an Amish farmer's field, and they were very helpful, unloading everything off the race trailer into an open trailer so that we could make the manual race and keep racing the season.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one. If we are announcing somebody named Yoder in an outlaw sled next year, probably with him. Yeah. You know, for making all those miles and everything, I don't know, we're making pretty good time. If any of the cup drivers, I'll hand the mic to, you good with that? All right. Yeah, you haven't been making any faces at me, so I know that things are going along pretty good. Yeah. All right. Fourth in the Outlaw Cup Series, Ron Terra. Third, we had called her the Hurricane for a little bit. Yeah. Orion, I was looking at the originator of the Hurricane name. Are you coming up here, by the way? Oh. Araya Flasky. You want to say anything on her behalf?
She appreciates everyone's support. Thank you.
Yeah. Word. I gotta wait till he puts his drink down. It's like a grand entrance when he comes up here, isn't it? It's Joe the Show in second. Joe Schneider. No, I don't. No, you can talk.
My wife, my granddaughter, my daughter, my son-in-law. Other than that, nobody else cares.
Put a poll up. Put a poll up on Dirty Snow. The best state. No, you're down with yourself. Yeah.
Outlaw, Jesse's, yes, absolutely. I'm sorry.
You are not forgiven.
I really messed up there.
Put a poll up. Who gave the best speech? Might be him. So our champion, do we have to get that somehow into the picture, maybe? You think so? He's big enough to handle it? Well, he handled the late model too, didn't he? So he should be okay. Yeah. Our champion on the Pro Star Cup Tour for the Outlaw class. He had a total of 3,275 points. Did the show's 31.99. Chris Blasky. Yeah, and I was just going to usually. Here, I'll hold it. Hold it? Yep. I'm just getting over surgery. No kidding. That would probably put me back.
Yeah. Who to thank? Wall Brothers for bringing me parts. I forget to order on time. Making me parts. I break stuff all the time. Jesse for bringing me a drink when my truck broke down, so I can have enough points to beat Joe. Joe for giving me somebody to chase, and my wife for putting up with me and my daughter racing. So thank you guys.
I think the Outlaw guys took it upon themselves already since the season's been over. And they went out and starting as of right now, we have a $30,000 purse for next year. So they did it on themselves. But they're going to stand on their own and kudos to you guys.
Yeah, a lot of times during the year, it's special when father and daughter racing together, racing pretty close. So this is good moments. We turn our attention to Pro Champ Cup Tour. Top 10, and we're rolling along pretty good. So I think we'll keep that tradition alive. We'll hand the mic over to the top 10 as they come up. Might be first time in the top 10, I think, for this driver. Made the trip multiple times south of the border. Really happy to welcome him to the podium. Quinn Ochak.
Definitely like to thank my parents. Definitely love being here with both of them. They've been power sports, Little Solar Bear, our Starter Farms, Star Woody's, Rona. I'm probably forgetting somebody. That's all I remember.
That works. Thank you, Quinn. 9. Ended up on a podium once this year. He had a round win as well. Gavin Peterson. Number 6. Negative? I didn't think I saw him. Apparently not. 8th in points. Almost had a podium. Working up on the ice at Manawa. Ended up 4th. I'll see him here and there during the summer. Looking forward to that. Slick Willie, Will Garceau.
Thank you.
I'm not much of a interview kind of guy, but let's see here. I think my dad and mom are great for racing operation Perry. We wouldn't accomplish much without Perry, and Dean Sybil is a big one. Door Industrial, Thompson Machinery Moving, Wood Extraction. But everybody that helps us out, it's a big help, and we appreciate it much, and can't wait for next year. And we'll see you this summer.
Yeah. Slick Willie. I tease him a little bit. We may have to start. We got another nickname, Second Row Slick Willie, because no. I'll tell you though, he misses it once in a while, but every so often, more times that he misses it, he hits it right on the numbers, and that's how he ended up 8th in points with that start. What is it? What do you see? What's his tell? There must be a tell that you see. Do I know? That's the plan.
Always, yeah.
Last year I said, this guy is just bubbling under the top 10. Well, he started in the year not racing at all, came in as a super sub. One time it slipped out of my mouth that he was Mr. Excitement on ice for a few races. Got a round win and a podium in the seat replacing Tom Solson. Tanner Foss.
Thank you. Yeah, I just want to thank my mom and my stepdad Steve for following me around everywhere we go. They didn't have miss race, and I want to thank my amazing girlfriend for supporting me. And I want to thank all the teams that gave me a shot this year with BL Racing and Witherhill and Skeleton. Paul and Mike are awesome. Wall Brothers, Dave and Vermont, everybody at the shop for helping everybody out. And yeah, I just want to thank everybody.
We know the hardest thing, it's hard to replace Thomas Olson, but he gives the greatest post or race interviews, doesn't he? I mean, we should bring him up here just to talk because of the video. 6th in points. He was 3rd in the series, 6th in the cup. Calvin Peterson.
I'd just like to thank everybody at that table over there. Justin, my brother, my mom, my dad, Dylan, Uncle Jeff, access to the machine, Dean for the car rides, and anybody else that helps out. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Calvin. Almost out of nowhere, didn't start the season, got a ride after the start, ended up 5th in points as we get to the top 5. 4 round wins, got himself onto the podium as well. I think we're all looking forward to next year already, when he will be joined by a certain somebody that he knows, I think, on that team. 5th in points is Reed Klinger. You get it twice.
Yeah, something like that. No, it was an awesome year, that's for sure. Quite a few mishaps and breaks and stuff like that. We love that with anything. But I gotta thank, well, these 2 tables right here, maybe 3, but there's a lot of people behind us, that's for sure, that are here, that aren't here. And my mom, my dad, my girlfriend, the whole Haugen family, Steve, Dion, and USSA and everyone else that helps put all these events on. It's a lot of fun, that's for sure.
4th in points. Once again, fast throughout the year. Round number, or rather, 4 wins in the rounds, 3 podiums. And I don't know if there are other people like me that were maybe kind of excited as they were watching on their little TVs at home when he got his first Pro Star Cup Tour win up in Canada, Justin Peterson.
Thank you. First, I'm going to thank Barry for me and Kelvin. He builds the motors, makes it go fast. And then the rest of my sponsors and my family, my wife, my daughters that's not here tonight, my mom, dad, Dylan, his girlfriend, Mike, Gail, Christopher, Kelvin, everybody that helps out. I couldn't do it without y'all. And, well, hopefully do a little better next year, right?
Yeah. Racing for the Team of the Year in 24-25. Kind of an up and down little bit of a roller coaster. There was one week, it was amazing. Then there were some incidents along the way. But enough, of the ups to put him 3rd in the point standings. On a podium once, 6 wins in the rounds, 3 of them at one event. It's Hollywood, Danik Lambert.
You're a creator.
Well, it was a pretty wild season for us. It was my first time traveling without my dad and my mom. All of you guys know I normally travel with my dad in a camper. And this year I was all alone with the team. And I was a little bit nervous about it. It was not like I'm used to. And so far so good. We end up 3rd in the championship. It was a goal of us. And I couldn't be more proud of my team. They won Team of the Year this season. And I think that they deserve it, like I said earlier. Just want to thank Paul, Mike, the 2 team owners I have right now. They have all the trust in me since I started racing for them, even if I was slow at the beginning. Now we're a little bit faster. We end up 3rd in the podium. So it's pretty awesome. It's just a dream of mine. I was a safe congrats to Gunner and Lane. You guys are fast. I was not even in champ racing. I was watching you guys. So it's pretty awesome to be right behind you guys. And in a little bit, I'll be in front of you guys. So yeah, just thanks to all of you. It was a great season being on the road all season. We're far from home. I moved back, and anywhere we were racing, there was someone offering me his car, his shop, his house, his shower, anything I need. And it feels like I'm at home, even if I'm really far from home. And USSA, you put a great season together. It was 9 or 10 weekend. I've never had that. It was great. It was just, the sport is growing. It's nice to see. And I think USSA has the big role into that. And last but not least, my biggest fan, Doctor, right here. I thank him. He's always there, and it's been a great season. Thank you all. Thank you.
Standing here looking at him, you know, I don't really pay attention to Formula One that much, but I watch the Netflix deal, and it's all about the drivers. And those Formula One guys, now don't take this the wrong way, they're all pretty good looking. So I think what we got to do is really promote our good looking racers. Like that guy. I put him on every poster. Watch it. All right. Here we go. Rare air. Top two. An astounding 23 wins in the qualifying rounds. 5 podiums. And got the win on the tricky ice at Manawa. Second in points this year, Gunnar Stern. You're good?
Yeah.
All right, you're good. Covered it all before. Yeah, I'm saving them. Yep. I told you that before, Gary. All right. Yeah, Mr. Brett Richard. All right. 15 round win. 6 times on the podium. 6 wins. There was some comment last year when it didn't go quite as well. I don't exactly remember what he said. We're going to be better next year. Something to that effect. That was the theme. I think people figured that was going to happen with the team he's on, that they would improve. But I don't know if everybody thought that they would improve that much. Just a remarkable season. Your champion in 24-25, Blaine Stevenson. Every once in a while, you know, I just get so mad when sports commentators ask really stupid about big questions. And when he didn't win at Manawa, I said to him, well, you can't win them all. And as soon as they said that, and you look on your face and go, yep, there you go. That's a stupid question. But it's obvious that second is really your favorite spot. And I know got some interviewers here that are extremely good, that gentleman right there, and they ask, how long are you going to do this? I can tell, looking at you at that moment, that it's still in there. That fire is still in there, and I don't think he's going away anytime soon.
No, hopefully not. But yeah, obviously stellar year, and remember between your interview and Mosier and standing in front of everybody, finishing 5th last year in the Pro Star Cup points, as far as we're concerned, it was a little bit of a disappointment. And but yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that we would come back stronger, and I know I had to work on myself, but to turn it around and have the year that we had, not only we won 6 races, yeah, that's good, and we were winning some Sundays, and Sprint World Cup was huge. We're not really good at Wausau, but this year we were. So then to have an opportunity to win, it seemed like everywhere we went, every time we were first, second, kind of in that realm. It was just awesome. So it's a really great season. I'll go out on a limb and say it was my best season ever. I know which race we didn't win, but I don't care. So yeah, it's just been an awesome season. Got to thank everybody involved in this racing. First off, I want to give a big shout out to my parents. A lot of time on the road. We do all have full-time jobs. We don't own a company that we can just write all our time off on. So it's all real jobs, and we have to work with our employers and all that kind of stuff to do this. It's not just something that we write off at the end of the day and have our employees work. So huge shout out to them. Shout out to my wife. We got a newborn, 5-month-old. She's awesome, but she takes a lot of work. And so I appreciate my wife for coming to the races she didn't come to. And supporting us from home and in between races. And testing weekends when she really didn't want me to go testing, but we were going to go testing. And her support was means the most to me. So all the Wall family, David Dermott for letting me race her sleds. Jordan Wall has been a huge influence on our sled. Dustin comes with all the races, obviously working on Tom and Tanner stuff, but he's always checking in on us and me and words of encouragement, I'll say. No, Dustin, it's words of encouragement. But and all of our sponsors, Clark's has been a huge support of us. Tom, Ben, Scotty, everybody at the race shop. Huge shout out to them. MXR, 60 helmets, Police Track Products, RCCA Co-op, Two Shin Designs, Camsco Tracks, running 115, it's really fast, I tell you all, so don't be afraid to switch. And so everybody that supported us. I want to give a huge shout out to the Metro family. They're here tonight. Logan's never been here, so we're going to show him how to celebrate. Yeah. I think Danik will actually teach you. But huge shout out to them. Greg Wiener came to help us. I want to give a shout out to Tom after he's hurt. He came to a lot of races, helped us out, and Ken Beckford too. So Ken's tuned in, appreciate all of them. But just amazing season, happy. But focused on hopefully doing as well or better next year.
Well, yes, and I knew that was coming. We're going to try and do as well or better. But it's getting tougher, isn't it? You have the one player, now you're going to get another one. And the level of competition is making it harder, but I have to guess that might make it a little more fun too.
Right. Well, I think we're excited to see the tour grow. I've heard Travis McDonald's traveling a little bit more right for next year. Obviously with PDF being fast this year. Obviously 220 is really quick. Both our wall sleds, the Petersons, the other Peterson. There's just, it's gonna be the snowmobile racing class to watch in every district.
I think so. Now, Mr. Richter, do you have a little story to tell us? Or a little future to tell us?
Yeah, a little bit. Just real quick, for those of you that weren't around this afternoon, through an agreement with USSA Pro Start Series, I will be taking over directing the tour for next year. So looking at building the Pro Start Tour into quite an event. Happy to have people like Blaine coming back to defend his title. And really looking forward to some exciting stuff coming up. So starting at midnight tonight, the tour is going to get to work. I've got some great assistants. I have Kara Spatz, that many of you met earlier from the Wausau 525. She'll be the marketing director for the tour going forward for the upcoming year. And you see a couple of displays around here that just kind of give you an idea that we're going to try and hit the ground and be professional right off the bat. And we're going to try and make this thing grow. So we're going to put your face in front of people you may not want to see, but we're going to give it a whirl. So very happy to be up here. Just wanted to congratulate our champion, and then we'll take you to the next level next year.
Do we want all 10 up here on 5? Do you want that, or are you good with just all 10? Well, can we try? Oh, we could have 5 kneelers. The older guys can stand in the back. And he's the taller guy. So we'll do the single first, then top 5 outlaw come up, and top 10. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They probably got the 120 already. Save 2 to the end. These are the youth and adult drivers of the year. This is special because it's not any of us picking it. It's the peers that pick this. They fill the ballots out. And the drivers that won, cherish this award because it's the people that you're racing against that have nominated you and let you take these trophies home. Our youth driver of the year, probably no surprise is what happened because he's still a youth as he went through the progression and did what he did through the course of the season. Voted by his peers, the youth driver of the year is Derek Meyer.
It was a great year for my crew and everyone involved. Thanks, Rico. And thanks for everyone who put it on. Great year.
Very well. And again, as voted by his peers, I don't know who the second was, but it's a little tough to overcome 6 straight wins. That's pretty tough. Voted by the rest of the adult racers as the 24-25 USSA Adult Racer of the Year, Blaine Stevenson. We got some left, I hope.
Yeah, I think like, I'm gonna piggyback with Danny, but a great season by USSA, everybody that goes, all the venues. It's great that we finally have Mother Nature to work with this year.
Yes.
It is a lot of time on the road, but I love it. I know that if more races come on the schedule, the family kind of goes, boy, we have more time on the road, and I'm just kind of like, sweet, but they have to really shake his head. But no, fantastic season, a lot of fun, and I can't wait to continue this.
All right. Thank you, Blaine. Okay, then I think the last order of business, again, top 10 in the Cup Tour for the Champs. We'll squeeze you in there some way. Top 5 for the Outlaws. They're a little bigger. But we'll squeeze them in some way.
A little bit.
Yeah. All right, I think that's it. Does anybody else have anything for the good of our listening and viewing audience on Nerdy Snow? I think we are good to go, Bob. The hospitality director. Okay.
I just want to thank everybody for coming. We love having our event here at Jefferson Street Inn. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Let's give them a big round of applause. They put in a really great effort for us. We'll be back here again next year, same weekend, so mark it on your calendars. If anybody has any complaints, I don't want to hear it. But if anybody has anything really good to say, I do want to hear all of it. Anyway, thanks for coming.
Thank you, Michelle. Norman BG. Norman BG, are you gonna be on Tuesday to wrap up or to be determined? Oh, you're going on vacation. Well, the season's over, so you're allowed. Well, just you will probably have something yet, kind of season wrap up. All right, so just watch the Facebook page for Dirty Snow. I'm sure they'll give us a little advance. All right. Good people on. Oh yeah, champ drivers, now's the time to come up. Also, outlaw drivers, you can come on up for that picture. The rest of you, enjoy the night. Everybody's friends tonight. Enjoy the night. Thank you all for coming.